Tomorrow night, 48 Hours looks at the case of two women. They each moved to Florida, then vanished. The mysteries baffled investigators for decades until a crucial break. Susan Spencer looks at one detective's search for a killer.
This is one of those cases that haunt you. It's about two missing women that disappeared at the same time.
Detective Lisa Schoeneman is a cold case investigator for the Pasco County, Florida Sheriff's Department. But she doesn't often deal with a case like this one, some 30 years old.
In 1982, my sister Amy Hurst and her husband Bill moved to Florida,
leaving behind Amy's two children.
When I was 9 years old, my mother left, and I always wondered why.
All of a sudden, she stopped calling, and when she didn't call my mother on her birthday, we knew something was wrong.
The other young woman that went missing was Wendy Huggy. She was 17 years old.
She said she wanted to go to Florida and stay with Grandma and Grandpa.
Robert Richards is Wendy's uncle.
That she went to a party and disappeared from there.
Although it's been 3 decades, the heartache hasn't stopped for either family. Schoeneman's mission is to see to it that it does.
Two women missing for 30 years. Where do you start? Now, at that time, we had a serial killer in the area. His thing was to kidnap women, take them out on a boat, put them in the water alive, tied to a cement block, and let them drown and die.
September 5th, 1982. What happened out here?
A fisherman found a body floating in the Gulf of Mexico.
Greg Stout was on the Coast Guard boat sent to the scene.
This body was weighted down with one concrete block.
Oh boy. Was this the handiwork of the serial killer? Whose body was this?
It had no face. It was badly decomposed, and there was no way to identify it.
Was this Amy? Was this Wendy?
There was one tantalizing clue.
The body itself was wrapped in a homemade-looking Afghan.
It had very distinctive markings. This led us to another suspect, one that's still out there. I think we're about to find him. The cases are connected. We couldn't have solved one without the other, and we're not done yet. Someone thinks they got away with murder. No way.
Don't play with Detective Schoeneman. Susan Spencer's with us. It really helps, though, to have a dedicated detective who says, this is bugging me, I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
This was 30 years.
Yeah,
you know, these people really are amazing.
What was the significance of the Afghan?
It's rare that you have something as lowly as an Afghan that really makes a difference. But this family had been making Afghans for decades in exactly this pattern. Yeah. And as soon as a family member saw the picture on the internet and knew that this had been found wrapped around a body, and this is like a dagger to the heart, you know, they knew immediately who this belonged to. That's how they identified the victim, and then came the question of who killed her.
And that's what you tell us on the program.
Yes, and if I told you now, then my bosses would kill me.
Yes, I know they would.
And we want you to live.
Yes.
How are the two cases connected, Susan?
You have two young women, not that dissimilar in appearance, roughly the same age, disappear from the same county. At first, it doesn't look like they are connected, but the detectives, in pursuing one, it takes this bizarre twist, and ultimately, they end up solving the other.
What's the motivation here for the killings?
I can't tell you that.
Can't that either. All right.
Thank you for coming. Don't forget to tip your waiter.
No, it's really an interesting story.
No, it is. It always
bizarre.
is.
Yeah.
It always is. Saturday night, 48 hours. I am there. Thank you, Susan Spencer.